Chapter 17. I don't know how long I've been unconscious. The boat is motionless, but I'm suffering the after effects of all that rocking and spinning. I've never been so sick to my stomach. And my head, my poor aching head. I hear trumpets. What has the high priest done to me? He's no longer sitting next to me. Where is he? I drag myself outside the cabin and find him kneeling on the deck. It isn't another prayer coming from his mouth, but vomit. I kneel down next to him and join him in his rite of inner cleansing. When we finish, he slowly stands up, but I remain as I am, too weak to stand. I've just enough strength to raise my head. We're no longer in the study. Where are we? There are 2 windows, but the light is dim. The trumpets are real. The high priest is staring straight ahead. He knows something is there, but I see from his puzzled expression he can't make it out. I can. Standing a few feet away from the boat is a tall figure, human in form. The mummy again? Just what I need, today of all days. When my panic subsides, I see it's not a mummy, but a living woman. She's wearing funny-looking clothes, and her hair is shoulder-length and dark, but her face is still a blur. She raises one arm, reaches behind her, and does something with her hand. I hear a click, and suddenly there's a blinding bright light, like the desert at midday. When I'm able to see again, I look at her face. She's astonished, but also pleased. "I've been waiting all my life for something like this to happen," she says. I know she isn't speaking Egyptian, but I have no difficulty understanding her. I look up at the high priest. He looks down at me, and our gazes meet. Knowing I want to ask if he's understood her, he nods. The trumpets continue. I get off my knees, jump out of the boat, and walk upright over to the woman. "What do you mean you've been waiting all your life for something like this to happen?" I ask. She looks even more startled. Indeed, she looks as if she's going to faint. She takes a step back and leans against the wall behind her for support. You walk upright," she says, "and you speak." Well, that's a long story. No wonder cats were worshipped in ancient Egypt. I've been waiting all my life for something extraordinary to happen, like seeing a UFO or meeting time travelers. And you and your friend do seem to be genuine time travelers. What a UFO is, I have no idea. And what does she mean by time travelers? "I've seen pictures of boats like yours," she continues. "It's Egyptian. Your friend is dressed like an ancient Egyptian, and his medallion is Egyptian. So is yours." I look around. The boat is standing in the middle of a room bigger than the high priest's study. Covering the entire floor is a colorful carpet. The size and the design are like nothing I've ever seen. The walls are covered with grotesque painted masks and numerous shelves. Some shelves are filled with little statues. There are Egyptian gods, Osiris, Eshet, and others, along with figures I can't identify. Other shelves, one with a ladder leaning against it, are filled with rectangular objects of all sizes and colors. More of the objects lie on the tables. Some are open like boxes, and inside are small pieces of papyri covered with strange, tiny hieroglyphs. Well, yes, my friend and I come from Egypt. The high priest is getting on in years, but he's not ancient. Which dynasty are you from? Dynasty? If you don't know what's meant by dynasty, it can only mean you come from a time before Manetho compiled his king list, before kings were assigned to a specific dynasty. Someone named Manetho, perhaps a friend of hers, wrote something about kings. You may be from Egypt, but your English is perfect, and you have an American accent. So this language is called English? I can explain why we can speak it. As we were escaping from Egypt, the high priest prayed to the god Tot to allow us to communicate with the people we'd find ourselves among. The trumpets have been joined by many other instruments, and by singers as well. The music is coming from a large wooden box against the wall. It's the most stirring music I've ever heard. Music for the gods. But the singers and the musicians can't be inside the box. It couldn't even hold all the instruments. Where did you find such a magical music box? I ask. It's an old record player that belonged to my father. The music is from Aida by Verdi. Record player? Aida? Verdi? I look at the high priest, who's remained standing in the boat. He looks as puzzled as I am. He steps out of the boat and takes a deep breath. I am the high priest Gato Hamen, he says, and this amazing cat is Rapa Hamen. Who are you? I beg your pardon for my discourtesy. My name is Elena Noel. You're in New York City, in America. It's the 21st century. You've crossed thousands of miles of ocean and leaped ahead in time thousands of years. Congratulations and welcome. The high priest looks at me sheepishly. Rapa Hamen, I might have blundered a bit. Or perhaps I should say overdone it. I meant for the boat to take us to another land, not another time. I search for a word in this new language to describe him. Shlamil.